As time goes by, more Asian auto manufacturers are building cars with an eye on conquering the European market. Rev sent our intrepid tester to Vietnam for a very special test drive.
Hey Vinfast, open the sunroof.
Is this the next big EV manufacturer we've got to watch out for?
Today is a very special day for me because I am one of the first international journalists to drive the production model of this car. The Vinfast VF8 has hit the streets here in Vietnam, in its home country right now, and it will also come to the US and to Europe soon.
With our tester not quite used to the hustle and bustle of Vietnamese traffic, it's probably best that our test drive of the Vinfast VF8 took place within the calm confines of a closed-off road.
The first driving impression is quite normal, I have to admit. What you have to get used to is that you don't have an instrument panel in front of you, but you only have the big screen here, and you have a head-up display that displays the speed and the battery status in the windscreen. For me, but this is only my personal opinion, I would love to see how far I can go with the battery and not to see how fully the battery is charged, but it's a personal opinion.
Well, but screens and info aside, what's it like to drive, Mathis?
The acceleration of the VF8 is quite impressive. With its 402 horsepower, I make a 0 to 100 in only a few seconds. You've seen it on the screen, actually. The engine is good, the handling is good, the steering is good, the brakes are good, but it's no wonder it's all international suppliers. So this car really feels like almost every other high-class electric vehicle you can get.
The first Vinfasts were licensed reproductions of BMW, built by Magna. Magna continues to be involved in Vinfast, as does ZF Friedrichshafen, who develop some of Vinfast's automated driving systems and also build the axles for the VF8. Our tester, though, is picky.
What I don't like is that you really have to control almost everything on this screen. You have to control the mirrors via this screen. You have to control the seat heating and cooling for the back on this screen. Really, you can't do anything without this screen. Oh, you can, of course. You can make the turn left and the turn right, and the steering wheel isn't working on the screen, but there are many, many functions on this screen. For example, if I want to change the position of the mirror, I have to push here, and then I can control the mirror with these knobs on the steering wheel. But unfortunately, it's not in real time. I push and then it takes 3 seconds and then the mirror moves in this direction. And not for me, it's not practical, not intuitive at all. You even have to open the sunroof via this display. For me, it's more practical to have a button over here, push it, and then it opens. But what I like is you can also control it via voice. Hey Vinfast, open the sunroof. Well, that's quite nice.
Suitably pleased with the voice commands, Mathis motored along to see where exactly Vinfast builds its cars. Like all other Vinfasts today, the VF8 is produced at the manufacturer's 335-hectare factory in Hai Phong. Back in 2018, this was swampland. 21 months later, Siemens had managed to convert it into a state-of-the-art car manufacturing facility. Today, it's an efficient production line, complete with German machinery and well-trained employees, churning out Vietnamese EVs. And it's not restricted to four-wheelers.
Vinfast is not only building cars, but also building e-scooters like these here. And there are so many e-scooters. If you look around here, it's unbelievable.
But now back to the VF8, where eagle-eyed Mathis has picked out another flaw.
There's one rule in design: form follows function. And yeah, with this gear switches here, well, you know, you need it when you start your drive and you need it when you finish your drive. And in between, you don't need it. So you could do something else with all this space here.
Like adding a few more buttons that drivers might need regularly, instead of hiding those away in the touchscreen. But niggles on the interior aside, on the outside, the Vinfast is quite the looker. It should come as no surprise then that the design comes straight from Turin, courtesy of iconic design house Pininfarina.
Under the hood of the VF8 you see actually nothing except a small cargo compartment. But I can tell you that underneath this cargo compartment there is the electric motor, which features 402 horsepower and around 600 Newton meters of torque. That is quite impressive.
These sporty tail lamps would not look out of place on a Porsche Cayenne. And hiding the rear windscreen wiper away at the top contributes to the tidy appearance and helps aerodynamics.
A recurring design feature on the VF8 is this V-shaped arc here in the back and in the front. The trunk of the Plus version of the VF8 is opened electrically by just pushing the button on the control or up here. And it's quite spacious. Yeah, if I take this out, I can go in. And as you can see from the back, the rear seats are adjustable. What I don't like, I have to say that, is how the floor of the trunk is made. Yeah, it's not that high quality feel like the rest of the interior. The space in the back seats is that's really great. I got more than one hand to the driver's seat and it's quite far in the back. Also, my headroom is good. This cup holder in the middle, I like it very much, but I'm not sure whether it would stay in place when I leaned on it with my full weight. Could be a little bit improved. One thing you don't find in many cars in this price range, you have heating and cooling in the Plus version on the back seats as well. Unfortunately, I can only control it from the front via the big screen in the center console.
For people who feel like the VF8 is a little short on space, well, Vinfast will offer another, bigger, more capacious model for the international market.
This is called VF9. It is a lot bigger than the VF8, has up to 7 seats and makes a real good impression, I think. I like the design, yeah. It's really, and it's fully electric as well.
Both the VF9 and the VF8 come with the option of leasing the battery for €120 a month. This lowers the sticker price of the cars and also includes an extended battery warranty.
But Vinfast isn't a manufacturer on its own. It's part of VinGroup, one of the biggest companies here in Vietnam, and they are doing really many things.
The VinGroup has their fingers in a lot of pies, from hotels and resorts to shopping malls and housing projects. They've even built entire cities with all the infrastructure inhabitants might need, complete with amusement parks and many other add-ons. They even have an all-electric VinBus and an elite university in Hanoi. The company's founder, Pham Nhat Vuong, is Vietnam's first billionaire and is driven by the desire to help the country gain economic strength. Back to the VF8. Prices in Germany start at 45,700 euros for the eco version with an 82 kilowatt-hour battery lease plan, and go up to 72,500 euros for the Plus version with an 87.7 kilowatt-hour battery included.
My overall impression of this car, well, yeah, it's good. Vinfast has just been producing cars for only a small amount of time, and for that it's really good. When I remember back in the 90s when the first Korean cars came to Europe, the quality wasn't as good as this quality is. It's their first model for the international market and it's really good. We'll have to wait how long the materials last, but I suppose as they are working with international suppliers, the material quality will be more or less as good as with any other car brand. Yeah, there are some small things that could improve, in my opinion, but overall, the car really made a good impression. One thing to keep in mind is how will they solve the aftermarket problem, because I wouldn't buy a car when I don't know where to bring it when it broke down.
All things considered, the Vinfast wins with its battery leasing options and with its comprehensive standard equipment list. The 10-year warranty is also a big plus. But the infotainment system could be improved, so too could the overall human-machine interface and the quality of some details. What do you think? Does the Vinfast have Tesla and Polestar running scared? Let us know in the comments below.